miscarriage of justice. Ref was on tape. There's nothing worse than a ref on the tape. Nothing. There's nothing worse than losing, than not being invited to be a guest on the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, Wrestle Geeks? It is Big Mike here, and I will be your host today with my partner in crime, Tommy.
Hello.
And JC is okay, do not worry. But he's got some family stuff going on tonight. They're at a Christmas party, and they're going to do some things, so he's all good. What I was actually thinking about saying before we get on here was that after the end of last week's show and everyone clapping back on him saying that the Snyder cut of Justice League was the best superhero movie ever, that he just quit because he couldn't handle the truth. But I won't say that. I won't say that. All right. So as always, guys, follow us. In theory, we're still on X at CCG_WrestleCast, but honestly, we don't really do much on there anymore. Of course, we're on YouTube at Countdown City Geeks. We're on Instagram at Countdown City WrestleCast. And we actually do have a Blue Sky account now, which I believe is CC_WrestleCast because Countdown City WrestleCast was too long. We have a few posts on there. Not as often. We're getting going on there too. But follow us on all our socials as you do.
Yep.
So today, what we got in store is a recap of TNA Final Resolution. Although I think it's safe to say neither of us have seen the show, or have you?
I haven't. I tried to catch up on rest this weekend.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So we will recap results and talk about what we thought. We will recap WWE Saturday Night Main Event, and we'll preview Hybrid Experience Rock and Roll Christmas coming this Saturday, the 21st, which there's one match I really want to get into.
Okay.
That just keeps expanding on who's going to be in it. And it's some cool things going down.
Oh, yeah. There's some, yeah.
Yeah, although dastardly things going on by the treats. We'll say that. I don't care. Boo the Texas treats.
I mean, I'm down for that at all times.
Exactly. All right. So we're going to start with some wrestling news. Where's the little thing? So JC, obviously, normally the host, is also technically like the producer, if you will.
Yeah, technically.
He makes sure everything runs smoothly and it looks cool on here. So let's see. Look.
Meanwhile, we just show up and talk. Oh.
Exactly. Wrestling news.
Wrestling news.
So a couple things going on. Obviously, the first Raw on Netflix is coming January 6th, and we'll talk more about it specifically. Obviously, the show before.
Hey, Sean.
But they had a little thing today, I think at WWE headquarters, to talk about it. And they have set 3 official matches so far.
Oh, okay.
For the Raw, and they're pretty big, so we'll talk about them real quick. First one, Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa, Tribal Combat for the Ulafala.
Okay.
Not the Ufalafa or whatever LA Knight called it on SmackDown last week. Which, even if it was a mess up, totally works when you're trying to insult.
I mean, it's LA Knight. I feel like he knows exactly what it's called, and he did that entirely on purpose.
Yeah, that may be fair. So, what's up, Sean? We see you there in the chat. Thanks for joining us, man. But yeah, I mean, obviously, this is the next chapter in the big feud that's been the bloodline for 3 or 4 years now. But finally putting the Ulafala on the line. Do you think this ends the smaller storyline between Roman and Solo? Do you think he wins it back so soon?
I kind of want to say yes, because I feel like since the new bloodline has been screwing with the entire locker room, they're going to just start feuds with everyone
other people.
Yeah, like they've been shoving around. So I feel like it was Jason. I feel like this is going to be the end, especially because it's like the first Raw on Netflix. I think they wanted to end it big.
Yeah.
So and so maybe I don't know. Brock Lesnar shows up. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know.
Like I know that's an easy thing to go to for people, but he's just another one that if I never see again, I'm fine. But that's for personal reasons and maybe moral reasons. But so we got that match. We have the. I still got to remember which title is which now, but it's the Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, and I don't know if y'all have seen this clip or not yet. Because it just started going around today because I think they had the event earlier today. But they have Rhea and Liv face to face, and Liv's got the belt up, and it sounds like a kid just yells out, "I love you, Rhea Ripley," and she just kind of turns and says, "I love you too, little child," and then Liv goes, "You're disgusting." And then they talked about the match, but no one cared about what they said about the match.
Okay. For the record. If I say I love you, Rhea Ripley, and she calls me whatever she wants afterwards, she said, "I love you too, annoying black guy." I don't care. That's my name from now on. That's like, sorry.
You're not wrong.
I have to change my name now. So you've always been an annoying black guy. Yeah, but Rhea called me that. And now it's official.
And that clip is being pinned to every social media you have. In fact, when you meet people in person, you're just going to carry that clip on your phone and be like, "Hi, this is who I am."
You know what that reminds me of? The scene from Megamind where Metro Man is talking and some guy screams, "I love you, Metro Man." He goes, "And I love you, random citizen."
That is not to get out the topic like we always do, but that is such an underrated great cartoon.
Oh my god, yeah. There are so many DreamWorks movies that just do not get enough credit, and I've watched all of them because I guess it's part of my quest to watch every kids movie ever. Like growing up, that's all I ever watched. That and there's like three of those I can name. There are like I was like, why didn't more people give this attention? Megamind absolutely is one of the top ones. That was such
100%. What's up, Angel? Glad you're with us today. So there's two matches, and the last match they have announced is basically just a blood feud match again. CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins, which I'm sure won't settle anything, but they'll beat the crap out of each other.
I'm less interested in this feud at this point. I don't know. It feels
really why.
I don't know. I feel like they're. Yeah, I guess it's just I don't know.
I guess here's the thing with me: when you have two veterans like this, you're going to get a great match from these.
Yeah,
two.
That's true.
But B, I don't know if the result is as obvious as maybe if it was a younger guy going against the older guy, right? Like I can see this going both ways. Also, I don't think this is the last match they're going to have. I think now that they're getting this, I think this may eventually run down the road to a WrestleMania gimmick match if they kind of spread them out.
That's true. Because I definitely see them like eliminating each other in like the Royal Rumble. I can see that.
Yeah. Angel, it's cool if you were asleep. We're the ones in the nursing home that go to bed like at 8 o'clock.
Okay, first of all, speak for yourself. I am not old. No matter I don't care what she says. And I'm usually up late editing something that I haven't finished yet.
Are you up late or are you waking up early?
I'm up late. Trust me. Believe me. Okay. So full disclosure, I gave my wife a ride to work this morning because of some stuff, and the Vista closed early, and I have just been running on fumes most of this day. I'm freaking tired.
No, that's okay, man.
Anyway,
but yeah, so I saw that. Actually, I saw this thing on Reddit, and they were like, "What if Punk, for the rest of his tenure in WWE, just wrestles in trilogies, and like every feud he gets into has to go into like three match storytellers?" And I'm like, I think I'd be okay with that. Whoa.
Yeah,
so hold on. She has a message for you.
Yeah. The chat's kind of blowing up. Yeah.
Guess what? You're old. And then she left.
And Sean isn't helping.
No, but also Jason said, we have an excuse. Oh, I missed that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how JC does this, man. Usually I'm just paying attention to what we say in the chat, and I have to pay attention to other things too. Man.
Right. It's so much.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't he kind of at that point in his career where he shouldn't be wrestling that much anyway? I mean, he did he did that already where he wrestled a ton. Shouldn't he like not be doing that as much anymore?
But if in all honesty, like he hasn't really had a lot of Raw matches or anything. He has mostly been wrestling on pay-per-views that I can think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I mean, and actually, and honestly, from all my criticism of him lately, that's actually not a detriment, really, because, like I said, he's been, geez, Ted, damn it, I'm 36. He, like I said, he put in his time. I've already talked about his matches with ROH, TNA, and all that. So I don't feel like he has like a lot to prove. I mean, he's wrestling. I feel like just because he wants to now, which is cool,
right?
You know, but I don't feel like he has to really do that much anyway. I mean, if he more or less has the Roman Reigns treatment, for lack of a better term, I don't really see a problem with it at this point.
Yeah. The other thing I like about what's going on too, because I've seen clips from their interaction too, is first of all, Rollins' whole thing about why he's kind of mad at Punk is 100% legit. Right? Yep. You took your ball, you left. Even if you felt like you were justified, which I think a lot of us did at the time, that's fine. You spent 10 plus years crapping on WWE. Went to another company, crapped on WWE. Then when that went sour and, you know, Rollins is going to tint it as you messed that up and blew up that relationship. Then you come back.
And I'm one of the people who's like, well, he's not wrong. So
then he comes back to WWE, takes all the money. And I think he basically came out and he was like, welcome to the house that I built, Punk. How does it feel to be a corporate bootlicker now? Because Punk was up there in a suit and everything. And it is. It's almost like a version of DX where they were the cool rebels for the longest time. And now they're, you know, running the show. And Triple H and Shawn are old men. And in Punk's kind of, granted, it's in storyline a little bit more at the moment, but came back doing the corporate stuff, doing hey guys, company's great.
But I was gonna say it's storyline, but is it though? Because I feel like because he got mad at AEW, all he's done is praise WWE, who again, apparently people have short-term memory. He spent the past 10 plus years insulting, making fun of, saying how much they suck. He gets in 2 fights, a couple of which he started, by the way. And one arguably, the other he absolutely started, and now suddenly, WWE's so great. No, fool. Like I know everybody else got short-term memory, but no, fool. Because as a diehard Punk fan, I remember you saying all that crap.
I'm with you. You know what this kind of is for me, by the way. This is for me. I don't know if you've seen my Facebook yet. Maybe I'll share a picture at the end of the show. I had to help out and portray Santa for an elementary school that we were our NHS. We were collecting stuffed animals, and then I took some kids over there to help them like distribute them and do that. And the person who was supposed to help out with that was not there, and so there's like 7 students there with me, and the lady's like, "Oh, we need someone to play Santa," and they literally just all kind of turned to me.
We need someone to play Santa.
And I'm just looking like, yeah, I guess. Right. So, yeah.
In their defense, Mike, there was probably like literally no one else within viewing distance who automatically fit that role.
I mean, other than skin tone. But the other thing I was going to say is I think Punk is starting to become the way I feel about Tom Cruise. And what I mean by that is I'm not a big fan of them personally as a human being.
Okay.
But damn it if it's hard for me to not watch their movies and their matches in this case, right? Because I love the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones, it depends. I mean, Top Gun's pretty good too.
Top Gun Maverick was
but yeah, like, but as a person and some of the other stuff that he's, not a big fan of. But,
I mean, Punk as a person, I didn't have a problem with until all that stuff in AEW went down, which I do admit both sides had their part to play.
Sure.
But for me, where I had a problem with Punk was him talking about, they're saying all these things and like, and they're just like popping off at the mouth. And I'm like, yeah, the thing that you did.
All your career.
Exactly. And that's not even a post WWE thing. He's been popping off out the mouth for years. I remember one thing he said about Raven, which is one of the few times I categorically disagree with Punk, because Raven said in an interview, Punk one time said about Raven that Raven didn't really help him get over, which I'm sorry was categorically untrue, because that whole feud they had in ROH is one of the reasons that even people really noticed Punk. Not that they didn't before, but that feud really put them on the map because they had like a whole blood feud going on. It ended with a cage match. So I like Punk. I respect him, and I think he's one of my favorite wrestlers ever. And I really, really actually do like the guy. But liking him doesn't absolve him from criticism, is my thing. And it's like, I understand he has his problems with people, but dude, if your biggest issue with someone is the fact that they talk too much, bruh, you're the last person who could talk. That's like me getting mad at somebody for talking too much. I have a lot of nerve. So
I just want to see you at a wrestling show now. Hey, can you quiet down over? Come on. All right. We're just trying to watch the show.
Well. In both of our defenses, there have been people who yelled stuff that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Oh no, you're not wrong.
I want to say yes to
it might be.
I almost feel like that we've mentioned Cruz before. Like, I don't know. Maybe this is the first. I don't know. That's it's like 200 episodes. I'm not gonna go back and watch them all to see what we mentioned.
I don't want to make this personal, but I have a specific. I don't know if I want to call him my arch nemesis, but you know this because I've told you many times. But there is a person who goes to Hybrid United 210 shows a lot. I don't know him. He's a big Texas Treats fan, and he has a cartoon villain voice, and I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but yes. So
yeah. Well, see that kind of art. Well, see that kind of talking repeatedly is different. I mean, like if someone constantly makes jokes out of shows that are actually either marginally or not at all. So
where were we? Was it NostalgiaCon in May? I think it was. There was one show. Something was not the regular ones we go to or something, where someone kept trying to get over. You eat corn on the cob the long way or something like that.
Oh, I do remember. I think that was NostalgiaCon.
I think you're right. Yeah. I'm like, okay, dude, you've said it like 4 times. Like, you're not getting it over.
It's like okay.
Jason knows who I'm talking about.
Yo, Jason don't hold back, man. That's one thing I've always known about him, dude.
I don't know. Anytime it involves me and Callie or someone, he's like riding the fence, like, oh, I'm not going to say anything. I don't know. It's maybe Callie's right. Maybe Celine is justified. I don't know, Jason. We're cool 90% of the time.
I think you mentioned the Celine part. That kind of answers a lot of questions because I mean, sentiment for Celine should be a shirt.
Well,
matter of fact, let me tag her or something like that. Let me let her know, so she can get that printed up.
Not if you're watching. I had nothing to do with
it. I was gonna tag him too.
I don't know if you are. And I don't know. Oh, so Angel, I don't know who you're saying is the chill guy because it's not Punk or Tom Cruise. But if you like them as a character, we respect that. Also, you got to be like, but I'm just a chill guy. I do that with my students. It's pretty funny. All right. That's just wrestling news. There's some other news, but it kind of ties into TNA Final Resolution, but a somewhat controversial figure showed back up in TNA. And I guess we'll talk about that when we get to the show. Yeah, well, Jason, you probably blame me a lot of things. I blame Tommy. It's a nice cycle we've got.
Yeah.
Right? We passed on. So, any other major news? Let me think through my Rolodex real quick. NXT New Year's Evil, I think, is the Tuesday. Is it New Year's Eve? I think it might be.
Yes.
I think it is, and I think that's Julia and Roxanne for the belt.
I'm trying to. Man, I cannot type fast right now, and that usually that happens.
Okay.
No, it's January 7th.
Oh, okay, so it's the following week. That's don't put that day out there. It's a day we have to go back from break. I'm not even at break yet.
Oh,
give me a couple weeks. No, it's okay.
Wow, y'all go back then. We don't go back to the 21st.
Well, y'all are college, man. Y'all get out early and y'all go back late because you'll have shorter time. But yeah, so Raw going to Netflix on January 6th. These last few Monday Night Raws on USA.
Yeah. Oh, so, Jason just brought up a good point. Saturday Night's Main Event coming to San Antonio.
I think we talked about that last week. I don't remember.
Yeah, but just to recap.
But yeah, it is going to be here in January. Tickets are already on sale, and I haven't heard it sold out. Sold out yet. So I don't know if we're going to be going, but if y'all want to go check it out, and get your tickets and go have fun. We'll talk about what's happening and thanks to who. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Fair. I mean, I'm probably gonna still end up going, but I get that.
I don't know if I'm gonna go to any of those shows that are coming up in January. We'll have to see how that goes. All right, so let's move on though, away from wrestling news, and now to talk about TNA Final Resolution.
Final Resolution,
which was last Friday, December 13th. I guess it's already passed, but. I don't know. How soon do they pop up on Impact Plus? Like, do you get to watch them again immediately? If you guys?
I think for the Impact Plus event, you get to watch them again immediately.
Cool.
Yeah, so I had to go back and watch that too. So
all right. So like we said, neither of us have actually had a chance to watch it, but we have seen a lot of the results and stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll get to our pick results at the end. But let's go through what I have as the results from here. JDC defeated Leon Slater by pinfall. And JDC is, of course, Dango.
Fandango. Formerly the artist formerly known as Fandango.
Exactly, formerly Fandango. Frankie Kazarian defeated Jonathan Gresham by submission. Interesting.
Yeah.
Moose defeated Kushida by pinfall to keep the TNA X Division title. The Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz defeated Jake Summerlin, PCO, and Sami Callihan. It was a three-way tag match. Sorry. The Rascals defeated Jake something, and then PCO and Sami Callihan by pinfall. Ace Austin defeated Trent Seven. Jordan Grace and Rosemary ended in a no contest. We'll come back to it in a minute while that was a no contest.
Yep.
Joe Henry defeated Josh Alexander, Mike Santana, and Steve Macklin by pinfall to determine the number one contender to the TNA World Champion at Genesis. So, TNA, you have a second chance to stop screwing things up.
Mm-hmm.
So just going to throw that out there.
It's funny because that's the one thing I got wrong.
Yeah. But let's see what they do with it. Masha Slamovich defeated Tasha Steele by pinfall in a Falls Count Anywhere match for the TNA Knockouts title. What's up?
I'm laughing who's in the chat because I just tagged him in something on Facebook.
Oh. We totally did talk about anything that was related to you, Knopf.
Not at all. Good. We did not at all mention anyone use him for. Nope, not one person.
I have no idea about that.
Not a single person.
I'm trying to run the show because JC's not here today, man. I'm also not looking at the screen because I'm looking at the results. The Hardy Boys defeated the System in a tables match for the TNA World Tag Titles, and Nick Nemeth defeated AJ Francis with Casey Navarro by pinfall for the TNA World Championship, making sure that TNA did not totally screw up being a wrestling organization.
I was going to say, because there is still some justice left in this world, and AJ Francis is not TNA World Champion. How the hell did he get to be number one?
I don't know. Also, I've seen some stuff where apparently the TNA or someone else has kind of stepped into a position where they're somewhat in charge and they're asking talent to take pay cuts. This is why some people's contracts have kind of ended. And
Jay Chung isn't.
Her contract's not. Rhino's done with them at the moment. And then I think Speedball's contract is up or was up.
Yeah, well, everybody going to Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling next year.
Nuff, we always appreciate it. Y'all take a chance to watch us, later and get our views.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
YouTube and we don't talk about anything that hasn't already been made aside in the show before. So
yep. And you should definitely not check Facebook and anything you're tagged in.
So the big thing that is probably bigger than even the title matches, Like we said, a controversial name returned to TNA, and that is not Tully Blanchard, but his daughter, Tessa Blanchard.
To very, very, very mixed reactions.
Yeah, mixed reactions, I think, is being generous.
Sean, that's not a good idea at all. That ship has sailed is already bad.
Just so we're clear, Sean, we like TNA. We don't want them to screw things up. It seems like some people in charge, after having a really good run for a while, are headed that way. But let's see what happens.
We'll see.
But yeah, so Tessa came back, attacked Jordan Grace. I thought she was okay now because it's some wrestlers I trust follow her and they're trained with her too. And I was like, oh. Yeah, and we understand that. And for full disclosure, I think that's fair to say she has connections to San Antonio.
Yeah, she does.
And people that train here and are from here. I'll throw that up for a second.
Yeah.
But there's also credible people who made the initial things against her after she was trying to talk about unity in the women's division. There was a whole thing where she won the TNA championship and went to Mexico and then basically didn't come back and kind of held the belt hostage. So it's controversial. She's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And there's some people that are cool with her. So it is a mixed situation. I've seen both things online. I've seen people talking about giving her a second chance, and I've seen people not understanding why they make the move. But maybe in a sense that is why they make the move, because we are here talking about it.
Yeah.
So
I'm very, very mixed because I know one notable person who had something to say was Chelsea Green.
Right.
But at the same time, one of the people who she did personally attack was one of my favorites, La Rosa Negra, which I was never going to forgive. But La Rosa Negra seemed like that they buried the hatchet, which is good. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a good thing. But my thing is that there are still some people, I think, and probably and rightfully so, have an issue with this, and that gives me a real pause. It's because she really did have the world handed to her on a silver platter, and I've met her before. She used to come to Austin for Wrestle Circus, and she seemed cool, But then again, how people present themselves and how they actually are two different things.
Sure.
Just I feel like this is a tough situation. That if you don't know how to feel, that's fine. And I feel like there is no really right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
It's too fresh for one, and we really got to see where this is going.
Yeah, and I mean they brought her back, right? It's happened. Yeah. So I think the thing at this point is, she's got to be on a one strike and you're out type thing. And from her end, she has to prove that things are different.
Yeah.
So you see the big name. And again, these are that happened. But there's internet reports that right off the bat that Jordan Grace was pushing back against working with her. Unconfirmed, but stuff that was thrown out there online.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I mean, in the end, one of the things is that most people believe Jordan Grace's her contract is ending soon, and she's going to be going over to probably NXT to join that powerhouse women's division they're building over there.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if she pops up there next year.
She's like, whoa, hold on there, all these people you're bringing in. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. It's obviously controversial. A lot of people, have their different feelings about it, but we'll see what happens, and we'll see how it works out for TNA. They've been on a really good run for a couple years. There's some decisions that have happened recently that I don't think a lot of people are happy about, but we'll see.
Started with Scott D'Amore. Oh, who the hell let him in?
Oh God, I knew something stank in here.
Damn it!
Look at that.
Freaking Nastico, man. Jeez.
The only good thing I can ever say about Nastico showing up at a show is that Alejandro's usually there. So
yeah,
I just pretend he doesn't exist, and glad she made it. So
I tend to forget he exists most times.
Yeah, that's fair. Angel, we know it's finals week, so go do what you got to do. Get some rest.
Oh, for sure.
We'll see you later.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that stank really threw me off.
Yeah.
But real quick, let's take a look. So again, we didn't get to watch this, so we can't go in depth with the matches. But I didn't expect any big title changes to be going down. So,
Jason.
Yeah, Nastico stank no matter where he's at. You can tell him coming a mile, city away. Honestly,
yeah, agreed. City. That's a good analogy. Yes.
Okay. We don't want to be out here till midnight. What have
I ever done to y'all or anyone? He had the nerve to include anyone.
Right. Let's word this in a way that's positive for you, Nastico. You manage champions, specifically in RCW and other places too. We're going to kind of keep this RCW. And I will say that without you, Bo Amir would not still be champion right now. So I think that's a positive way to look at it.
100%
for you.
Moose was going to take that belt. Oh my God, that would have been amazing.
I have a lot more confidence in Alejandra. I wish she didn't rely on you because I think she's, she can take care of people. I'd want to see her beat Callie soundly to get her belt back.
Yeah.
So we don't have to put question marks on things, but so we've been trying to get her to dump you for a while, but she's a nice person. She's apparently loyal. So what are you gonna do?
She feels sorry for him.
I guess so, but
I mean, I don't. He does.
No, yeah, we don't. He stank.
Yeah.
All right, so back to TNA Final Resolution. Our pick results. Tommy went 4-1. He was saying earlier, only missing on the four-way number one.
And to be fair, in TNA, that's actually not bad at all. I got a multiple person match wrong. So,
Nastica, we know you can't read. What are you talking about? Let's look at the RCW.
In the list of best RCW managers, very, very low, because Mr. Yebisu will always be my favorite.
Technically, JC, our normal host's wife, was a manager.
That's true too.
Early, and she ranks higher than you. So
yeah,
I mean, come on. And she got to kick Spectre in the nuts at a show. So top of the list for that one.
Trina Michaels was a manager.
Yeah.
I think Sheila Martinez technically counted that one time she was there, or 2 times she was there.
I'm gonna count it.
So yeah, Nasco, it's looking good for you, bro. Not at all, So. I mean, well, you don't look good, period. So actually, it's par for the course.
Yeah. But this is not the Insult Nastico show. We'll do that on the Patreon after hours.
Okay. I need to make that a channel. Oh man.
JC and me both went
content. Sorry.
both went 5-0 on our picks. And like we said, I didn't expect any big title changes to go on, and I'm not going to not pick Henry and Joe Hendry in TNA because they screwed that up the first time. So
fair enough.
He's still going. He just won't. Okay. I guess he has another manager manage the heavyweight champion and the women's champion. First of all, see, I want to say something, but then I don't because it's it's a two evil situation, right? Because I want to say, well, you're obviously not the manager of Cali, but we don't want to give Cali credit either.
Yeah, well, I'll put it this way. Yes, you are. Yes, your only manager has done that. You still suck. I mean, there have been presidents of the United States that were terrible at their job. So I don't know if that's something. I don't know if that's something to brag about. Oh, I did the thing. You were god awful at it. Stephanie Meyer wrote Twilight. She's technically an author. She sucks. She sucks.
Oh, enough.
Now, if you turncoat trainer.
Et tu, Brute? Just when I introduced you to some nostalgia the other day? Come on, bro. Anyways.
No, but seriously, guys, Stephanie Meyer is a terrible writer. I don't know why Twilight took. Well, I know why Twilight took off like it did, but that doesn't make the writing good at all. So
I mean, there's just some things you can't fight.
No, but I mean, I get the appeal, but God, Nasco, go away.
Yeah, Nasco, say the individual words one at a time, please. No, we're not gonna say anything out loud. Not a chance.
No.
So obviously, because we didn't watch TNA Final Resolution, we are not going to give our ratings. So we will pass on that at the moment. TNA in January. I swear, if you stink up is it going to be at the Port Center again or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Oh, the whole highway of 90 is going to be affected by the stake if NASA goes at the Port Center for TNA. Horrible.
Why do you think RCW can't run shows for a little while? It's because of because he stinks up every place. Like
Jason.
That's good.
Oh,
and Ted, I don't care. I have been flying this flag of hating Twilight since it started. I'm not afraid of Twilight fans. I used to fight them on a regular because I don't care.
Come on, Ted. Could it be any worse than dealing with revive the Snyderverse and release the Snyderverse people? Come on.
I am not afraid of Twilight fans. I have never been afraid of Twilight fans because I openly admit to my hatred for Twilight. Yeah. I don't care. They can all bring it on. I stand 10 toes down on business on this. The Twilight sucks. Damn. Now, hold on. Now, let me take a quick moment. Is it entertaining to a point? Yes. I've watched a couple of the movies. I was dating someone at the time, and she wanted to see them, and I was in a relationship, so clearly I had to go see them. But to an extent, they are entertaining. But it's like watching Twilight is like saying Romeo and Juliet is a good love story. Categorically untrue on several levels. Several levels. And we're the other guy. Neither. Both of them were toxic as hell.
First of all, Nastico, don't even try to pretend like you don't know all the characters' names. You know who exactly the other guy is.
And I refuse to believe you didn't read Twilight. I refuse to believe you didn't read at least one book.
Damn, Naf, why you got to do us like this?
Pick one. Neither. Shoot all three.
Which one was the werewolf? I'll take that dude. Because he didn't sparkle.
I want to say Jacob was the werewolf
because he didn't sparkle and he ain't stink. So there's my answer.
Honestly, though, of the worst of the least worst of the evils, I was always like Jacob wasn't that bad.
Also,
that's not at all the same thing I just talked about. And secondly, sir, don't you ever? You better not be insulting that movie. That's one of my favorite.
No, I think he's trying to get in good with us now. I think he's trying to throw up
because he
cool
better
stuff.
Because that's one of my favorite movies of all time. God rest Aaliyah's soul.
Kill Nastico. I don't know what the other two choices are.
Wait, F. Mary Kill from Edward, Jacob, and Nastico. This show went off the rails so fast.
Well, what did it say? Tom Cruise, Twilight, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, no. Look, JC runs this ship. Okay, he does. We don't give him enough credit. Or we give him credit sometimes, but he doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah, but no.
Me and Tommy just by ourselves. No, we're taking this off the rails. We are going on tangents.
Me and Mike by ourselves at any time is a terrible idea.
You've seen us at shows, like it's
okay.
A bad idea.
There's finally something we can agree on because yes, that is a good movie. I can finally agree with you about something. See?
All right, you know what, Nasco? I'll give you this. You are the best manager in our chat right now. Naf, I hope you never managed someone. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like even if Naf did manage someone, he get beat up immediately. Wait, no answer.
Hold on.
This show went off the rails so fast.
So just so we have it on record here, Naf is F and Nastico, Marrying
Edward and killing Jacob.
Wait, why? Okay, never mind. I'm not even going to ask.
I too had questions.
No, not the choice, but why we're editing in the way we're. Okay, that's fine. Yes.
Well, Nasco, what's y'all's next show to go to? Honestly, we're gonna bring that up later, but it'll be the hybrid experience.
Yes.
Oh, Nastico, just so you know, because I love to torture you, if you'll be in Dallas for the VIP show in January, I plan to be there January 31st because that looks like a card to remember, and I want to go. So I hope you're there, buddy.
Speaking of simping, we'll bring up the card later. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah. No, that whole card is just like, well, simper.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna be terrible. No, I just think you get beat up a lot. That doesn't make you terrible though, because Nastico gets beats up a lot. Apparently, he's the best manager.
I feel like there's some wrestlers from Hybrid I want to see you in the corner of. Maybe one specifically.
I think there's wrestler he would like to be in the corner of. Anyway,
what are we doing? Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to talk about before this show. This feels like the time I hosted a panel for Michael Rooker and Sean Gunn.
Oh my god, that was the best panel I have ever seen, and I got to be backstage for that. So no, sir, that was greatness.
Thank you. I gotta get
like we won't even talk about the fact that we potentially got booted out from the backstage area, so certain meetings could take place.
Yeah.
That was greatness.
Yeah. I want to hear rap someone out to the ring. Huh.
Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah,
I go to check one thing on another tab and I enjoy pain. I do have on the show for VIP, okay.
For VIP, wait, for VIP or hybrid?
Hopefully not hybrid. Don't stake up the gym. It's a small little gym and it's always hot, Nastico. We can't deal with that. And see, now I'm confused. Which tier are we trying to spill off? This show is off the rails. I don't even know what we're doing anymore.
Yeah, this show's totally off the rails.
Cats and dogs living together.
Mass hysteria.
I know Ted would like that too. So
yeah, seriously. Saturday night's main event.
All right. So
VIP, yeah. Hopefully I'll be there.
So according to the results, there was a dark match before they went on the air, where the Motor City Machine Guns defeated A-Town Down Under in a tag team match. So good for them. Yay. Always a big fan of the Motor City Machine Guns. On the show, we started off with Drew McIntyre beating Sami Zayn in about 10 minutes.
Dom's talking about the penalty.
Oh.
Has to go caught to Chris Marvel today. Oh, freaking hell. Okay.
Nastico, you know the treats are not going to let you keep those belts. They're going to come after it for afterwards. So you be careful with that alliance. All right, just keep that in mind.
True, actually.
Just saying. So yeah, Drew McIntyre defeats Sami Zayn to kick off Saturday night's main event. Also in Saturday night's main event, they have kind of the old school entrance down.
Yeah.
The little entrance, then they kind of walk down through the people, which was interesting because it was a really tight fit. And it was back to the old days where the people could kind of touch the wrestlers as they're coming by. And some were okay with it, some were not. That was somewhat interesting. Second match, we have Liv Morgan defeated Io Sky in about 9 minutes for the Women's World Championship, which was a hell of a match.
Mm-hmm.
Io Sky is impressive all the time, and Liv's really, carrying this title pretty well.
Yeah, she's
done a pretty good storyline.
I was gonna say she's doing really good with what she's doing.
Right.
Going from the baby face everyone wanted to win it to this evil heel character now that she has it. I respect it.
Yeah, no, she's done pretty well. We also have Gunther defeating Finn Balor and Damian Priest in a triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Nah, I want Damian to win.
Would you want who?
I wanted Damian to win.
Yeah, a little bit, but Gunther's had an interesting storyline leading up.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. Yeah,
where he kind of lost his confidence after losing to Cody in Saudi for the big fake belt ring thing, whatever, champion of champions I don't remember what it was. Anyways, but yeah, so he was gonna face, I think, Balor 1-on-1. Then they added Priest kind of at the last minute, and I don't know if the Balor Priest stuff is going to be done. I think they're still going on. And then in a tournament final to crown the inaugural WWE Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green defeated Michin. We're going to call her Mia Yim because that's who she is.
Yep.
By pinfall. And kudos to Chelsea Green.
For sure.
Deserve this. Crowd enjoyed. I felt bad for Michin because she was basically the heel. Like the crowd was not going to take her winning that match. They were not going to accept that.
No.
So
it's like that Rumble where Daniel Bryan didn't win all over again.
No. But this is that. I know she's been a heel for a long time, in a sense, but her character is so good and she's good in the ring that this really was the fans, because we've talked about, like, I thought she should have won Money in the Bank. And I thought you could have done, similar fun things with her teasing cash-ins. Chelsea. But yeah, like, so happy for her with this. Love to see what they're going to do with her going forward and how she kind of wins her first several defenses, probably with some shenanigans. And I've mentioned this before, and I think it's a good thing in the long run, but I feel like Ren has a similar, could potentially, because not to totally get off kilter, but we talked a little bit earlier about NXT and their massive women's divisions of big names they're bringing in. But who keeps being thrown in the middle of those big names in one-on-one matches, in the Iron Survivor match? It's Ren.
Yeah.
Right? We said she was the first match for Julia and Stephanie, or Zara. Who was it? Two of them.
I think it was Stephanie for sure. I don't know if it was Zarya, but
Stephanie.
I think it was Zarya.
I think it was Zarya, right? Sure. She had a match, maybe not her first one, but one of the first. And they're bringing their big names in. They're putting them in Ren, and Ren can go. And we talked about it when we talked about Deadline, about the crowd gets behind her. So, I think she's going to stay in the mix with all these big names, but I think she has the potential to be overlooked by management for a while because she's not one of these big names, but eventually the fans just love her too much and, maybe has one of these type moments down the road, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Now, if that's you saying peace out, have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
Indeed.
And anything we said earlier cannot be used against us in the bro code. So, just be cool.
Exactly.
And then the main event, Cody Rhodes defeats Kevin Owens. And in true Saturday night's main event, when Hogan used to be on their fashion, the good old-fashioned American babyface used a little bit of cheating, but it's okay because the heel tried to cheat first. So Kevin Owens brought a chair into the ring, and then it wasn't used. Oh, we thought you were leaving. I got you. It's the Ren. It's the Ren QCC hand signal she does.
It's hard to do that with emojis.
Yeah, no. Emojis, step up your game. Come on.
Emojis, step up your game.
But yeah, so Cody defeats Kevin Owens. And then apparently again, after they went off the air, Owens attacked Cody Rhodes, hit him with the package pile driver. And then they said later that Cody has some very specific, I don't remember the naming, but his spine's hurt. He's got a bad neck. And then connected to this, the New Day made fun of it because last week on Raw, Cody walked by the New Day and told them they should be ashamed of themselves. So now the new super uber heel New Day had to make fun of that as well.
Who also can't change in the locker room anymore.
Right. Because of Rey Mysterio, apparently, which is funny.
Which I feel like I'm liking this storyline. This is actually my
no, it is.
Now. It's like because okay, so real talk. a friend of ours, Teray. I think you were Teray, right?
Yeah.
He actually posted the other day. He's like, "So can we talk about the New Day storyline now?" And I said, "Nope, wounds are still fresh. Can't do it. Sorry."
Dude, watching that live was one of there's times when I've been like,
hey,
with
Bernsey.
wrestlers.
Sorry.
Oh, what's up, Bernsey? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man.
There's very few times where I've been uncomfortable not because it was weird or was a Vince McMahon storyline. Uncomfortable because I was like, dang, this is
like legitimately
negative, emotional,
yeah,
just not cool. And the way they ripped back into him and remembering all the fun the New Day has brought. I still have the story from when we went to WrestleMania 32 and the Bootio cereal boxes were a huge thing.
Yeah.
And I remember just hearing this, maybe like 10, 11-year-old kid with kind of a country accent, like, where can I buy Bootios? And, WrestleMania 32, they came out of the cereal box in their Super Saiyan gear or whatever. And apparently, like, when we go back and watch WrestleMania 32, they told Michael Cole what it was because he was like, oh, yeah, they're coming out dressed as so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. And everyone's like, you don't know who those are, Michael.
That's hilarious.
Oh, you know what, Jason? You would support Kofi here.
Wow. Jason, golly.
Wow. Huh. Interesting, Jason.
Very interesting.
Remember that one time you told Callie to rip up my sign? Pepperidge Farm remembers. But yes. Oh, good.
So since I didn't watch that moment live, I did see it later, like and when it was posted, and I remember thinking, oh, this is legitimately uncomfortable. This is like actually hard to watch, and it's just like Big E's face. I was like, oh, this is actually hard to. Oh man, I don't like this feeling at all. Yeah. Oh, I don't like this at all. Stop it. I was like, okay, this is not fun anymore. I would like the storyline to change, please.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh, man. Oh, God, that story. Ooh.
Oh, you were just making the general comment of.
I got it.
Okay, we thought you were defending.
We're back here with you now.
We apologize, Jason.
Man, y'all got to work on this chat stuff. Y'all throwing us.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You can't hear the voice when you're writing things out.
True.
But it does have New Day at almost a Dom Mysterio level of crowd hate.
Yes, which is
where
hilarious.
they can't talk because they're just booing him and they're drowning him out. It's kind of cool. But yeah, Saturday night's main event was a cool show, and of course, the next Saturday night's main event, as we've mentioned before, January 25th, here in good old San Antonio at the Frostbank Center. That's Saturday night, and it's the same weekend that there's TNA before that, right? Is that the?
I want to say yes.
Is that when it's like, or is that a Sunday thing? I don't know. There's a lot of wrestling finally coming up in January that isn't necessarily local shows. We got the Saturday night's main event. We have the TNA shows coming in for.
It's actually the same. So 23rd and 24th are
TNA, right?
TNA, and 25th is Saturday.
Okay.
So Thursday and Friday.
And then for what it's worth, and I don't have a graphic for this, I just remember this off the top of my head. The wrestling store at Rolling Oaks is having a show for New League Wrestling.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wrestling.
Yeah, hold on.
During the day on Saturday. It's like at 1, so that you can see a show and then if you have tickets to go to Saturday night's main event, head there. Yes, I do think this is another thing that needs to be brought up, Burns, and I apologize for not mentioning this earlier. But in the ring on Monday night, when Rhea confronted Liv before they officially made the match for the Raw debut on Netflix, she did tell Liv that she was going to take her title, and the only thing she would be left with was her chicken tender slut. And I don't know if I've heard a better insult or a more perfect name for Dom than the chicken tender slut.
Well, considering Tiffany Stratton said, "If I win the belt, does he come with me?" And that fool ain't finna lie to me. For a second, he was like, "Do I?" So,
I mean, what if that's just his storyline for the rest of his time in wrestling?
He just goes with whoever has the women's belt.
He just keeps jumping around.
That would make him the male Francine from ECW, because she just kind of which, by the way, I think would be a hilarious reversal of the roles, and I'm totally for it. I just think that'd be.
And then after a couple years, like at a Mania or something, there's like the Dom Rumble where all the exes, have like a Rumble match.
The Dom Rumble.
Triple H, you're not the only one who could book this stuff, man.
Or is it the Tom and Nick Mysterio Rumble?
Well, exactly.
Didn't he time when he said it was Nick or something like that?
So here's the thing: if this happens and R-Truth comes down into the Rumble, then I'm in 100%.
Yeah. And it's next level wrestling.
Next level wrestling. There you go. All right. So yeah, so they're gonna have a show at their wrestling shop. So there's about 3 weeks into January, going to be a full weekend of non-local shows and one local show, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check that out. Should be fun. All right. So now I think I have something for this. Hold on. It is time to talk about a local show this Saturday. And that is the Hybrid Rock and Roll Christmas. Saturday, December 21st at 7 p.m. Central. Doors open at 6 at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. And not only do we talk about it, I have a graphic for it.
Oh, cool.
Boom.
Boom. Okay.
So, you see some of the matches we got going on here. Let's see if I can... Oh, no, it doesn't.
Okay. Leave it there. It's funnier.
Like this?
Yeah. No. How we were before, we just leave this right in the middle. It's funnier.
All right. So I got to come from this side. Yep. So you can kind of see the card. There are 7 matches. I don't know if anything's been added. We'll kind of jump around a few things here. We have a 6-man Dead Man's Hand versus Animal, Vintage Danny Vintage, and Jet Black. Dead Man's Hand do have victories over the Treats at hybrid shows. So
I want to say they won at NostalgiaCon too. I think that
they might have, yeah. And they have added Key Vibes to the crew, which I think is good for them.
Yeah.
What else we got? We've got Armani Sage versus Alexander Crowley. So Armani, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna miss you around.
I hope your face heals from the kicks that you're gonna get. And also by February, maybe.
Yeah, because also I know Crowley. I think if I remember correctly, he might be taking some time away from wrestling pretty soon.
Okay.
So because nothing's wrong, just real life commitments and stuff. So so if his last act is killing Armani Sage, that would actually be pretty on brand. And Armani Sage, may you rest in peace. Although I think that was wrong for me to do that, considering it's Crowley. But
God bless everyone. I mean. Here we have the Flaimo King.
Oh my God, he's still doing that.
I hope so.
No, he is. He did it at the con. I was like, stop it. Stop doing that.
Never stop doing that, Brandon. Versus Jay Sharp, someone I'm not familiar with.
I'm not familiar with the name either, yeah.
Hey, I mean, we're not familiar with you until we are, and, hopefully it's an impressive showing for him. Let's see. We have a 3-team, a triple threat match, I guess you will, for the tag team belts.
Mm-hmm.
Living in Fashion, the actual champs, versus the Powerhouse Syndicate, who I think have possession of the belts.
The Texas Kingdom are the actual champs.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You're right. Texas Kingdom are the actual champs. Powerhouse Syndicate have possession of the belts because they stole them.
Yep.
And then Living in Fashion, of course, I think they're champs in a few places. So
yeah. So
United 210 and
United
maybe
210
Inspire.
I don't know. I forget where it is.
Or is it Uncanny?
Might be Uncanny.
Maybe. Yeah.
Would you believe that those two knuckleheads brought those tag belts to NostalgiaCon?
Yes. Oh,
Powerhouse Syndicate. They brought the. I was like, I yelled, like, what are y'all doing with those? It's like what? We're the champ. I was like, no, that's not how that works.
Well, they didn't understand it when we told them the first time. So
that's true.
What are you gonna do? And is it true that you and Hit had another encounter at NostalgiaCon? I think you mentioned this.
Yeah, that happened. I think a video's coming soon.
Hit, come on, man.
And first, and for the record, when this video comes out, I'm gonna say that for the record, I was minding my own business.
It's a wrestling show. I'm a little less inclined to believe
it wasn't. It was after the show.
Oh my god!
I was minding my own business.
Did he come on a panel stage and assault you in front of guests? Because that'd be crazy.
Okay,
it'd be cool.
Thankfully that didn't happen because that would have been the perfect cap off to the weekend. Can't lie, but no. But no, it was backstage of the con.
Okay.
But I was minding my own business.
I believe you. Now I do. We also we have a women's tag team match here. Key Vibes and Ridley Thorne. Awesome two people there. Taking on Caliatita and Celine Hysteria. Now, obviously
three-fourths of this match are okay.
Right. And at first we're definitely not going to cheer Cali. And I was unsure about Celine, but there is a if you go, I think, find her social media or hybrids, they did have an encounter where I know this is going to shock people, but Cali walked up to her and started insulting her for no good reason before they're going to be tag team partners. I know.
I am shocked and appalled.
And the look on Cali's face when she had to look up because she's short. Was just mean. But Celine is not doesn't really want to deal with any of her crap. So this will be interesting because Cali, who can't be friends with anybody apparently except the treats, decided to piss off her tag partner, which smart thinking.
Well, you said smart thinking and Cali in the same sentence. Therefore, those things just cancel each other out immediately. It's like crossing the streams. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah, and also, Santa, don't get her a new Power Wheels for Christmas, okay? Her old one still works. It's fine.
Power Wheels? Sorry, go ahead.
The hybrid title is on the line as we have Casey Blackrose versus Epidemius Jr. So these two were one half of Match of the Year candidates at the last RCW show,
and both have just had banner 2024s.
100%, and so why not put them together? And then I threw out to Brandon Oliver if we want to have a. I made a Ghostbuster reference earlier in the show, Ted. I don't know which one you're going to, but I'll come back to that.
No, I think you said when I said crossing the streams about.
Okay, that makes
Cali
sense.
and Smart in the same sentence.
Ted, I made cats and dogs living in together. I made that reference earlier.
I even added mass hysteria.
Exactly.
So we thought you heard that part. Yeah, we said that.
I had thrown out. God, I have such ADHD. I had thrown out to Brandon Oliver. Well, if we just want to get Casey, Epidemius, Fuego, Jesse in a round robin of tournament-like matches, then we're in. And we can have them at RCW, at Hybrid, at different places, United.
If those were the only matches that happened on one show, I would still go home happy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If they booked no one else but those four in round robin matches, I'd still be like, I want front row, and everyone shut up. So.
Yes. Jason, I don't know if she's steady on a tricycle with rusty chains though. That's
no, because she'd lose her balance. I said what I said.
I don't know where my sign is, and I don't know where my rag with Ridley's sign is. But that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. And before we move on, I just want to say the clip, the ending of Epi and Fuego's match is still up everywhere. It's been watched 1,000 times, I'm sure. I don't care how much I watch it. That closing 30 seconds is probably one of the best closing moments of any match I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm standing on business on that when I say that.
Once I realized he wasn't dead.
Yeah, yeah, of course. After we confirmed that Epi was in fact still alive, which if you were there live was a legit concern for a solid minute.
Again, and I think Jason can confirm this because I was sitting right next to him when he hit that Avalanche Poison Rana. I went like this. Hold on, you can't see me because we've got this in the way, so I'm going to move it for just a second. How did JC do this? That's why.
Yeah.
I went like this.
Yeah.
And then I legitimately stood like this for another minute. Like after the match ended, I was just still in my seat like this. Like, is he dead?
I think my mouth was just ajar, and my eyes were just like wide as hell. I was like, "What did we just watch?"
Yeah, it was crazy.
Golly.
So that's going to be a banger.
Oh yeah.
Now let's get on to the match. Now this card is technically outdated.
Yep.
Because what you see here,
subject to change,
is we have Ricky and Kerry Morton teaming with Chase Owens of Bullet Club to take on 3 of the 4 Texas Treats in a 6-man match. Well, that got changed. First, the Treats didn't want to just keep it to 3 out of 4. So all 4 of them were going to be in the match, and Jesse was going to join the side of Chase, Kerry, and Ricky. Then the Treats said they had another person in mind, and when you saw the phone, it was Ace Steel. So now, apparently the Treats have 5 people: Ace Steel, Chris Marvel, Don Juan, Diego, and David Teen. And at the moment, the other team has 4. But if you've seen the social media, the Treats attacked Jesse in the parking lot, which apparently parking lots by wrestling venues are horrible.
Well, I don't know. I think it might just be the hybrid parking lot, because I can also confirm being there before. That's a dangerous ass parking lot. I'm just saying. Fair.
And basically, they called out Sho Funaki to come join the match and defend his son. So it may be a 4-on-5. It might be a 5-on-5. Sho Funaki may be making a match again, which I don't think he's had in a while. So I don't know. This is crazy. I like that possibility. I don't like that they had to, beat up his son to get here. Feels like you could have just challenged him.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, hey, beat up a man's son. What's the worst he could possibly do except, want to, kill you all? But whatever.
So, yeah, at the moment, this is 5-on-4. Kind of hoping it's going to go 5-on-5, because who doesn't want to see Funaki in the ring again?
Only idiots who never thought he was good in the first place.
Well, those idiots don't need to be on this show. So
I'm just clarifying, because there are people who probably don't think he was like. I'll put it this way: I when he first started training like students and like that made the rounds, of course, because it's the internet, you saw comments. And I'm just like, you guys don't get how good he was at his job, do you? You guys don't get that. The fact that they said, hey, we need someone to look realistic getting beat up. Who should we send out there? I mean, Funaki's the only right answer, right? Oh yeah, you're right about that. So
yeah, I hope that. I mean, we know a lot of the fans that watch us on a regular basis, so we know they know. But like, someone who gets sent out there to constantly put on matches with people to make them look good, there's a longevity in that. You stick around because people want you to be there to help that. And now he's coaching. And what was I listening to the other day where Big Cat Curtis Hughes trained wrestlers, and he trained like Ricochet or Leo Rush or someone, like because the joke was like, that guy's never left his feet. I was like, yeah, but he teaches wrestling. Let them do the athletic stuff. They can learn that. He's going to teach them how to wrestle.
I feel like people misunderstand like what trainers do, in pro wrestling. I feel like, hey, Casey,
we were just talking about you and the hell of a match you've got coming up on Saturday.
Absolutely. Jason just look at his character not as exactly, and that's actually kind of the point I was about to allude to. What Jason just said, they look at his character, not at his wrestling. Because I feel like, because I really do feel like, what I was starting to say was like people miss the point of coaches and trainers. A wrestler is going to find his own style, and the trainer is going to help him get there, even if the trainer wasn't in that style. Case in point, Rodney Mack is a brawler, heavy hitter, that kind of wrestler. But he trained Soda Pop Hendricks. Soda Pop's is basically a luchador, high flyer. Got speed, all that. That's not Rodney Mack's bag. He's a rough and tumble dude. He's a hit dude. But that doesn't mean he can't train guys of different styles. That doesn't mean he can't train guys of a style that he's not even familiar with. But he can train them in the basics, which all wrestlers should learn. Chris Marvel is not a high flying dude, but he's got high flying dudes in his school.
Yeah.
It's a long way of saying what you see of the character, like Jason was saying, does not equate entirely to what they can do in the ring. Funaki's character in WWE was, the Japanese announcer with broken English, blah 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 blah. He was still a great wrestler.
Let's not also forget
Norman Smiley, Jason, yeah, right.
Who was in charge of things back then, and
that's a really good.
Well,
point.
their record on very racist and stereotypical characters is pretty blatant.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Knopf,
you trying to throw some basketball knowledge in here with us?
Well, consider going with everything else that we've done tonight. Like we mentioned Twilight, Romeo and Juliet, Romeo Must Die, Ghostbusters, Tom Cruise.
It's some of the NBA players having shooting coaches who didn't play in the NBA, but they're so good at shooting. I think he's trying to say that the Houston Rockets need some shooting coach, and I'm just kidding.
I wasn't even going there, but that's funny.
Look, when their record is better than the Spurs, my trash talk about it doesn't mean much.
Yeah, that's why I can't insult any other NFL team this entire season. Well, I can't insult a couple.
But also, if Jeremy Sohan wants to punch Dylan Brooks or Fred VanVleet, I'm okay with it, so it's cool.
Yeah.
No, if you're good.
No, don't worry. Like, dude, we spent like 10 minutes on Twilight. You're good.
Not saying good things about Nasty. Well, you were here for Nasco. Never mind.
Yeah. We can spend the whole show talking about Nastico. I'm in.
Yes.
But he did say one good thing, that he said Romeo Must Die is a good movie. So I'll give him that. So.
Boo! Look at this crap.
I knew he's going to say something.
That's a rocket about to go bust and come back down.
Team Rocket's blasting off again. We're on a roll tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, JC, please get back, man. I hope you're done with this.
We need you to corral us because apparently his two kids are the only kids he has to deal with.
No. This is why he does so well running this show. Or maybe that's why he does so well with his kids. I'm not sure which one is which, but I'm afraid to have the right answer.
I feel like it's like half and half. Like it's like we prepared him for fatherhood. And
Jason joining in the trash talk. I like it.
Oh. What the hell?
Well, I'm not sharing that.
We're not putting that on where everyone can read that.
If you're on YouTube, you can read that comment. I don't know what he's talking about. Are you in the wrong chat? Or are you in a different chat?
I feel like he's in the wrong chat.
Oh my God. Okay. So this Saturday, December 21st, Hybrid Experience Rock and Roll Christmas at the Hybrid School of Wrestling, 7 p.m. Doors open at 6. So yeah, we're gonna be there. Go join us. Also, they are doing a toy drive.
Yes, toy drive. Let's talk about nice things.
Damn, Nav.
Let's talk about nice things.
Hybrid's doing a toy drive. So if you have not bought tickets yet, you can go take an unwrapped new toy, and get $5 off. What I'm probably going to do is buy my regular ticket online and still bring a toy because this is a good cause and we appreciate that. So whether you've gotten your tickets or haven't gotten your tickets, go get go to Five Below, go somewhere, get a fun little toy for kids and drop it off. And even if you're going to get your $5 off, go for it. If not, drop it off anyways because, it's Christmas time and we want to make sure kids around the city get gifts and stuff.
Hybrids like Wu-Tang. They're for the kids. Wu-Tang!
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this and do like a reference counter and see how many different random things we've.
That had nothing to do with wrestling.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that brings us to our 1 minute warning. Tommy, you got anything?
Actually, I do. Just I always say.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm not going to pull up the timer because it's always a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
And we never stick to the timer anyway. So 1 minute warning starting now.
This is a shout out to the War Raiders. No longer, thank God, not the Viking Experience anymore. I know he goes by Eric, but Ray Rowe, congratulations on winning the tag belts again. You and Ivar, aka Hansen. Both great guys, both awesome guys. I know Ray just recently had his second son. Can't remember his son's name, but he posted about it. So congratulations to him. Congratulations on your second kid, man. Love you, bro. You're awesome. You are killing it out there, and just happy to see you both back and with tag team gold again. So super proud of you, and yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was a foregone conclusion that Judgment Day were going to lose the tag belts, but I'm just happy to see it was to a friend of mine.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But no, it's good to see them back. Good to see they took even the Viking part out of it, and they're just like, look, they're War Raiders.
Yeah, I hated that name change so much. And you know what's funny? I remember I forget who asked me, like, why do you hate that so much? It's because it wasn't because they came to WWE with that name. It's like they came to NXT with that name. Yeah. They came with War Raiders. And then
they were War Machine, actually, weren't they?
No, they were War Machine on the Indies and New Japan.
Right. That's what I meant. Sure. No, you're right. War Machine was the Indies. When they got to NXT, they made them change it to
War Raiders, I think.
I think so, right.
Yeah, I think because NXT was War Raiders. They still went by Ray Rowe and Hansen, I think.
Yeah.
And then when they became the Viking
First, it was Viking Experience. Yeah.
God, I hated that name so much. And then when they called the Viking Raiders, I was like, still stupid, but I'll take it. But because Viking Experience was the hands. How did they look at a wall of names they could give them? They zeroed in a Viking Experience, and nobody said that's stupid. Anyway, I'm sorry I don't miss Vince. I'm sorry I do not. I know a lot of people saying, I wonder where Vince is. No, I don't. I don't give a damn. I am so glad he's not there anymore.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Sorry. Feel good to get that out.
Right. All right. So I'm gonna pull a little bit of a JC here and do a 1 minute warning that's not wrestling related per se.
What? On this episode? That's shocking.
I know. So hold on though, because I got to make sure I can do this. Come on. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So earlier today, as was mentioned, the high school I work at, I am the National Honor Society sponsor, and we were collecting stuffed animals to take to the local elementary school for their holiday celebration today. And we get there, and there are 7 students who I kind of blurred out here so you don't, see who they are exactly. But they were there, and they were helping put these stuffed animals around on the table. And the lady that was there kind of running the thing was like, hey, the person who was supposed to be Santa for us isn't here. Hope the kids are asleep, guys. But we need someone to play Santa. And wouldn't you know that 7 high school kids turn around and look at me? And like we kind of said earlier, I guess I'm the only one fit for this. So I was Santa Claus today in blue jeans because I didn't have time to put the pants that kind of cover. But yeah, there you go. I got to play Santa today. A lot of little kids did come up and seem super excited, so that is kind of cool. I will give it that. And they all got a stuffed animal and a book. So that was fun too. So I don't think this is a career or a side hustle that I'm going to get into on a regular basis. But yeah, it was cool for today, and that was fun. So as we get here, Christmas is literally less than a week away, or it's a week away, I guess, technically. If you have a chance, like we said, bring a toy to the hybrid show if you have a chance. Okay, I have not been out as much to stores on the regular because I avoid them around this time. But are the Salvation Army bell ringers out this year? I feel like I haven't heard much about them.
I haven't either. And well, honestly, to be fair, I haven't been out of stores much either. But last time I was out of store, I didn't see them.
Right. So if you're in the chat, if anybody knows, because also like they used to do a competition and like Thunder Rosa did them. Some of the local news people did them, and I haven't heard as much about it, but I haven't been out and about. But if they're out there, donate. If you have a chance to help people or kids around this time, just take a chance. Everyone needs a little help, and paying it forward, putting out positive energy, whatever you want to think about it, is a good thing. So there you go. That's my 1 minute warning plus.
There you go. Nice. I gotta say, you're a pretty good Santa.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all for joining us tonight. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Next week, okay. So we're actually going to have this little meeting as we exit the show here, Tommy. Okay. Next week, we had talked about not doing the show because Wednesday night is Christmas night.
Right.
But World's End is on that weekend.
That's true.
JC wants to do a Friday night show. So, if possible, and we'll see how this goes, we'll let y'all know on our social media. We may be podcasting Friday night, mainly previewing AEW's World End, and also obviously talking about the hybrid show from the 21st. So that's a maybe. We'll see how that goes. Who's
I think Jason's talking about the
No. I think Ted's joining us. I think he's about to. Okay. It's okay. But yeah, so as of right now, it may be next Friday after Christmas, but before World's End. So we'll see. But follow us on social media, and I chat with like several of y'all anyways on a regular basis. Yeah. So we'll let you know.
And it's just that the after Christmas might be the hard part for me. I'll see where I'm at.
No, that's fine. Totally understandable. And you know what? I just realized I don't know. I don't think I have. I think we're gonna have to do the music the way we've been doing it. I don't know where his file is. So
that's right. That's what I mean.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for joining us. With me, as always, my partner in crime, Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
And I am Big Mike. And we say thank you. And boom. Adios.
Real people are fake.
And
Reach Cowboy. Bang.
I'm not ending the stream. This is staying on for a few minutes. Look, before I hit end stream, in all fairness, if Kristen Stewart asked where I was, I'd let her know.
That's just fair, actually. Yeah, for all my insult the toilet movies, well, actually, in the stream.
Peace out, guys. Don't forget to support the pet population. Oh, wait, I'm not on the